Hello, hello. It is me. It's been a minute. I've hmm, Let me start that again. Okay. Hello, hello. It's me again. It's been a while. I just kind of been busy with school and other things, so haven't been able to make a video, but I have many ideas, just not the time to, materialize them into videos, but we're working on it. We're working on it. So, today I am going to talk about my hobbies. Yippee! So, I was like in the kitchen thinking about like all my hobbies and like how I got into them. And I was like, oh, this would be a pretty good little yap sesh. So I'm here now. So, first one is learning Japanese. So, um, I'm weebed up. Like, I started watching anime when I was in eighth grade. And it was cool, I enjoyed watching it. I started with One Piece, went to Naruto, then went to Dragon Ball, the basics. And I just kind of jumped around. But I didn't actually start like wanting to learn the language until 2020. I don't know if you know, but there was a bit of a event that happened that year. So I was kind of home a lot because of that. So I was like, oh, let me just learn the language. So I got Duolingo. I was taking notes. I was taking it seriously because I didn't have anything else to do, and it was cool. It was cool. I got like pretty okay. Like I got the basics. And then when I got to college, because I was in high school at that time. So when I got to college, I then took the class for it, and that was also nice. And now I'm just doing like self study. So I'm trying to like do what's the name for the method? It's like integration, where like you try to like expose yourself to Japanese as much as possible so that it's like second nature to you. So like I have Anki, I do like flashcards, I try to translate. I have a few like manga that's in Japanese. I try to translate those. I try to listen to podcasts and things like that. My phone, the language is Japanese, which I think it's been like that for like a year or two. Um just trying to like expose myself to it as much as possible, and it's fun. I enjoy learning it. Maybe if I get to a good enough level, I'll record a video of me speaking it. But right now, it's not good, not good, not there yet. But there's that. My next hobby, playing electric guitar. So, musically, I'm like not like a really musically gifted person. I don't think. Um, I know in elementary school I played the bells or the xylophone, and that was pretty fun. Um, yeah, I was in band, but after that I didn't really do anything musically, and I wasn't really interested in guitar at all. It wasn't until freshman year of college, no, not college, high school, because I got into this game called Guilty Gear, and the soundtrack is like metal, right? And I wasn't into metal before, so that game got me into metal, and I really love the soundtrack. Like, such a good soundtrack, and I just really vibed with the music. And it's like I said, it's metal, so it's like guitar, bass, drums, that whole shebang. So I really liked metal, and I got into like other like prog metal, death metal, all those things. Um, and I just appreciated the music. I didn't really have any interest in playing it myself until so the creators of the game Guilty Gear is Arc System Works. It's in Japan, and they had like a festival, right, where they had like a basically a concert, and they were playing like games from Guilty Gear. And then there's another game they have, a Blaze Blue, and this concert was just so like I'll put a link to it, but like the concert was just beautiful. Like the music was amazing, the energy was amazing, and I cried. I cried while listening to it. Wasn't live, it was like a recorded like stream, but I cried, and that shit was beautiful. And I think the next day I bought an electric guitar, and then the next semester, because that was in college, so that was like a whole like what, like 4 years after I got into Guilty Gear, that I eventually bought the guitar, and I've been learning it for like 3 years. Am I a pro at it? No, but I can hit some strings, I can hit some strings. I can play a few tunes, nothing crazy, but yeah, it's pretty fun. Thinking of maybe getting a bass guitar because that's a beautiful instrument, but maybe another time. Next hobby is learning how to draw. Um, so artistically, I'm not really like a super gifted individual, I would say. Um, I know when I was younger, I hated drawing. No, I hated coloring because it was like you're just kind of holding the pencil and you're just moving it side to side. That's boring. I think drawing is much better because at least there's like more intent in the hand movements. Um, so yeah, so I never really was into drawing or coloring anything like crazily. I think it wasn't until like middle school I liked tracing things, right? So like I'd get a picture and I trace it, or I just like copy it by like looking at it. It looked horrible, but I did it nonetheless. Um, and I would just have like these like outbursts of like random like outbursts of like I want to draw something. Like I remember I saw the cover of there's this Japanese band, Massive Fermenting Drugs. I don't know if that's the name or the album, but I saw like the cover art for an album, and for some reason I was like, oh, I want to draw that. So I took it, and maybe I'll scan the photo if I can find it and like put it on the screen. But I basically I traced over and I drew it. So I basically copied the album art, but then I made it to look like a certain character from Guilty Gear that I like. So, and I worked on that for like a week for like no reason, just cause. I know like when I was younger, I'd just have like random times I'm just like, oh, I want to draw, so I just like find like some like anime character, some random thing, and I just like trace it for like hours. Drawing's like really fun because like you could just kind of like turn your brain, well, not turn your brain, but you can like relax and just move the pencil, which is pretty fun. But I started taking it more seriously since this summer. I bought this book. Let me get it. Hold on. It's called How to Draw People, Step-by-Step Lessons for Figures and Poses by Jeff Mellem. So I bought that in the summer, and I've been using it. My current level is I can draw like gesture drawings, which is mostly like spicy stick figures, basically. Obviously I'm going to keep going, but it's a pretty slow process, but it's rewarding nonetheless. So yeah, and today I bought a digital stylus for drawing because I didn't know my laptop. I've had it for like 4 years. My dad bought it for me. My laptop, it's actually like a tablet, so I can use it to draw. So because I've been using a notepad recently to draw, and as cool as that is, I don't really like having to like, if I mess up, I have to like erase, and then the erase is just there, So I think I want to slowly transition, not crazy, but I'm going to slowly start doing like more digital drawing, or sketching, I guess, because I'm mostly just doing gesture drawings right now. But I'll just slowly transition to doing some digital drawing. But yeah, I enjoy drawing. It's fun, and I like looking at art on like Twitter and stuff. And I just think it's a really cool way to express yourself. Yeah. That's the third one. Number 4, working out. Yes. So, I'm a pretty big fella, I would say. I'm like about 6 foot, I would say. And at the moment I weigh like 208 pounds. Although I just ate some Chinese food, so it's probably like 211, but it's whatever. So like for most of my life, I've been like a pretty like big fella, bit on the big side, and I know like I was pretty self-conscious about that, like people saying I'm like people at school saying I'm fat, friends saying I'm fat, mom saying I'm fat, dad saying I'm fat. It's just We live in a fat phobic world, unfortunately, but I decided to lock in, I think, junior year of high school. And I got one of those apps. You know those apps? It's like, get a six pack in 1 month, like six pack in 30 days. Like those type of apps. I got it. And like it gives you like pretty good work, like calisthenic workouts to do, which is nice. But I did it, and obviously like I didn't really do anything with my diet, which is like the more important thing to do. So I was doing those and I didn't really see any results. So I was like, I guess like this workout stuff just isn't for me probably. And I have like some cousins that are, one of them's younger than me, one of them's older than me, and they're fit. Like they're fit, right? Like one of them, I doubt he's gonna listen to this, but I won't say his name. He's like always like shirtless in his house, and I be looking at him. I won't lie, I be looking at him, right? Not like I want to put my thing in him, but he looks good. He's fit. He's in a good shape. I can appreciate that. So I always like look up to them niggas, cause like their physiques are like pretty good compared to mine. So I remember this individual, the one that's shirtless in his house all the time. I went to his house one day. This is after I gave up on working out, maybe like 2 years after. And I was hanging out with him. He was like, "Oh, I gotta go work out. You want to work out with me?" I'm like, "Oh, bet, let's go." So basically, we did this workout where he has some dumbbells, and basically he would hold the dumbbells and he would curl them once, then he would give them to me, and then I curl them twice, and then I give them to him. He curls it 3 times. So we do that up to 20, and then you go back down to 1. I think that day we made it to maybe like we made it up to 20, but I think going down we stopped at like 16 or 15. And he was like, "Oh wow, you're not too bad at this." I'm like, "Yeah, whatever." And I just thought like, "Oh, it's just for fun, right?" The next week I had severe T-Rex arms for the entire week. Now T-Rex arms is when you overwork your bicep and basically you can't fully extend your arm. So my arms were just consistently bent for the whole week, and I have never in my life been sore. So I was like, "What?" So then that's when I realized, like, oh wait, like this workout shit actually works. Because up until that point, I've worked out, but I've never like felt that. I've never had that like feedback. So I was like, what the freak? So then I started taking it more seriously. So I think that was like a year ago. So I did like calisthenics at home for like 6 months. So push-ups, pull-ups, lunges, that type of thing. And then I started using my school gym for a couple months as well, and then I took a weight room class this semester. So right now I'm just trying to. So I took a bulk. I bulked. I think last year, like last fall, and then now I'm cutting. My physique is, I'm looking better. Obviously, there's much more to go. Right, I'm not finished, but I'm glad with where I'm at, and I'm definitely more excited to keep going and get to greater places. So. Yup, that's that. And the last hobby is making YouTube videos, which I haven't done in a while. School's been beating my ass. I might talk about that later, but yeah. When I was younger, I mean, me and some of my cousins, we thought about like, oh, let's make like a YouTube channel type shit, but it never really like worked out. But I remember like I think on that channel, I won't say the name, we had like 2 videos that I made, and I enjoy, one thing is I really enjoy video editing. Like I think it's very fun. Like the last video I made, I think it took me like 3 days to edit it, but like I enjoy editing, because I think I sat down for like, I think the last day of me editing, I sat down for like 3 hours editing the video, and I felt like perfectly fine. Like I think editing is very fun. Recording, I mean, it took me like a month or 2 to get this to like actually pick up a microphone and talk. So that's a bit of a harder task, but I do love editing videos. It's pretty fun. Why does my throat hurt? Sorry. Anyways, yeah, I remember when I was in middle school, I took a video editing class. I took a filmmaking class. I took one in high school as well. So I like making shit. I think that's like the main thing you could probably notice from all the hobbies I have. Like I just enjoy doing things that scratch that creative itch in my soul. So yeah, and it's funny because the first video I made was like a rant. I don't know if you've, well, I hid the video, but if you try hard enough, you can find it. The first video was a rant, and I remember like after I made it, I was like, I should make a video out of this. Then I did that, and then now I'm like somewhat consistently making videos, but not really. But overall, no, that's the last one. That's the last hobby. I think I'm glad I have these hobbies because I think old me before I had these hobbies was kind of just like existing, and that's not really a great way to live. I think it's good to have hobbies and things that you can like fall back on to like keep you busy somewhat. You know, do I do them every day? No. Should I? Probably, yeah. But I think, if I'm just sitting down, I got nothing to do, I can just, whip out the guitar or like, whip out the Japanese textbook or, do something, I think it's like, also you gain skills, you know what I mean? And like, the other thing is that, like, I feel like some people are like, oh, you gotta turn your hobbies to money. You gotta turn your hobbies into like a job. But I think just having a hobby for the sake of having a hobby for fun is like much more enriching. But of course, we live in a capitalistic world where everything is money driven. So a lot of people believe like, oh, your hobby needs to make money. If you're drawing, you got to get commissions. If you're playing guitar, you got to start making music and selling it. But I think just doing it for the love of the game is like much more empowering than like doing it for money, because I mean that's what a job's for. Because I mean I'm not doing any of this to like, I'm not gonna like become like a musician or an artist. No, it's just for fun. So yeah, go get hobbies. They're good for you. Find like 3 that, just things you like, things you can like do and enjoy by yourself or with others. I do it by myself, but you can also do it with others. Don't be like me. Have friends and stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna head out. The next video should hopefully come a little after this one, if I lock in and have an idea for it. It might be boring, but I'm gonna try it, and we'll see how it goes. Have a nice day.